Today we're going to talk about Greek nouns, specifically the second declension masculine and neuter. Now, just like Latin, Greek has cases. And if you look, we have the nominative, the genitive, the dative, the accusative, and the vocative. So most of these will look familiar. However, we're missing the ablative. So whereas in Latin, we'd use the ablative for many of our prepositions, in Greek, prepositions will take any case from the genitive through the accusative, and you just have to memorize which goes with which preposition. So, looking at these, our nominative is used for our subject or our predicate nominative. The genitive is still used for possession, and we'll translate that of plus the noun. The dative is used for the indirect object, and we'll translate that as to or for plus the noun. And the accusative is used for the direct object, and of course the vocative is direct address. So, let's start with the second declension masculine, and we'll have our noun up here, agros, agru, and that means field. Just like in Latin, you'll get the two principal parts. It'll be the nominative singular and the genitive singular. And also, just like Latin, we're going to go to the genitive to get the stem. So we're going to drop off the genitive ending u, and this gives us our stem, which is alpha, gamma, rho. And to this, we're not only going to add case endings, but in front of it, we're going to add the definite article, except in the vocative, where we add the interjection o. So if you look at this, the nominative is ha, agros, the genitive tu, agru, the dative ta, agro, the accusative ton, agron, and the vocative o, agre. Then in the plural, the nominative is oi, agroi, the genitive ton, agron, the dative tois, agrois, the accusative tus, agrus, and the vocative o, agroi. You'll also note that except for the nominative singular and the vocatives, the definite article ending is the same as the case ending, which will help you recognize this both in translations and when you're writing it out. Also, remember that this is the definite article that you're given. To render the indefinite article in English, you simply leave out the article in ancient Greek. When we look at the neuter, we form it the same way. Once again, we go to that genitive and we drop off our ending, and this gives us our stem. And to this stem, we add our case endings, and also in front of that, we add our definite article. Now you'll notice that for the most part, these endings are the same as the masculine. The only exceptions are the nominative, accusative, and vocative. And remember, just like Latin declensions that are neuter, the nominative and accusative endings repeat in the singular and in the plural, so that should help you. So if we go through this, the nominative is ta, dendron, genitive tu, dendru, dative ta, dendra, accusative to, dendron, vocative o, dendron, the nominative plural ta, dendra, the genitive plural ton, dendron, the dative plural tois, dendrois, the accusative plural ta, dendra, and the vocative plural o, dendra. And again, except for the nominative and accusative singular and the vocatives, the definite article ends in the same way as the case ending, which will help you remember and identify them.